Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your man, Dr. John C. Turner, aka the Professor JT. And I had to speak on the reasoning of why we never need to use the word Redskin. I have this amazing book, An Indigenous People's History of the United States, by Dr. Roxanne Dunbar Ortiz, that I was able to read during my doctoral program at Indiana University in Indianapolis, Urban Education Studies. As I was getting my PhD, we learned about the word Redskins and why this word never should be used for any team, especially a team as big as Washington's in the NFL. Let me read you a snippet of the reasoning why we should never use this name, and it's gruesome. It's derogatory and never should be used. Indigenous people continue to resist by burning settlements and killing and capturing settlers. As an incentive to recruit fighters, colonial authorities introduced a program of scalp hunting that became a permanent and long-lasting element of settler warfare against indigenous nations. During the Petticoat War, Connecticut and Massachusetts colonial officials had offered bounties initially for the heads of murdered indigenous people and later for only their scalps, which were more portable in large numbers. But scalp hunting became routine only in the mid-1670s, followed an incident on the northern frontier of the Massachusetts colony. The practice began in earnest in 1697 when a settler, Hannah Dustin, had murdered 10 of her Abenaki captured in the nighttime escape, presenting their 10 scalps to the Massachusetts General Assembly, and was rewarded with a bounty for 2 men, 2 women, and 6 children. Enough bounty for pretty much a whole family. And a whole nother family. Dustin soon became a folk hero among New England settlers. Scalp hunting became a lucrative commercial practice. The settler authorities had hit upon a way to encourage settlers to take off on their own or with a few other gathered scalps at random for reward money. In the process, John Grenier points out, they established the large-scale privatization of war within American frontier communities. Although the colonial government in the time raised a bounty for adult male scalps, lowered that for adult females, and eliminated that for indigenous children under 10, the age and the gender of victims were not easily distinguished by their scalps not checked carefully. What is more, the scalp hunter could take the children captive and sell them into slavery. These practices erase any remaining distinction between indigenous combatants and non-combatants and introduce a market for indigenous slaves. Bounties for indigenous scalps were honored even in the absence of war. Scalps and indigenous children became means of exchange, currency, and this development may even have created a black market. Scalp hunting was not only a profitable privatized enterprise, but also a means to eradicate or subject the indigenous population of the Anglo-American Atlantic seaboard. The settlers gave a name to the mutilated and bloody corpses they left in the wake of scalp hunters, Redskins. This is the reason we do not need this name. This was a horrible, horrible thing that happened in the United States of America to a group of people that it did not need to happen to. And the fact that it was named Redskins, and also we had the nerve to name teams of individuals playing sports after people who were destroyed. Now that is something we do not need to do. I'm your man, Dr. John C. Turner, aka the Professor JT. I'm gonna come with you with more truth, more realness, and we are always gonna thank God in advance and keep it real.